this is project number 1 in our Time of Giving class kit. That's this one here, Time of Giving. And I love the dies that come with this. It is lots of fun dies. They're upside down. And I think we used all of them. Maybe not the snowflake. It's a little early for snowflakes, but we didn't use snowflakes, or these snowflakes. I don't know if we used this one. Maybe we did. I don't know. But hopefully you'll enjoy this set. It's a rubber set. And here's your kit. Now I'll give dimensions as we go along in case you want to make more of these. And you know you can always check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see what current class kit I'm offering as a gift to you with a qualifying purchase using my current host code. So we're going to be making some beautiful leaves, and we have 5 colors. And let's see, this is 3.5 by 2. These are all 3.5 by 2. We have Calypso Coral, Cajun Craze, Cinnamon Cider, Mango Melody, and I believe that's Bumblebee. Yeah, that's Bumblebee. Great. Actually, this is Cherry Cobbler. This is not Cajun Craze. This is Cherry Cobbler. They confuse me sometimes. But this is Cherry Cobbler. So we have Calypso Coral, Cherry Cobbler, Cinnamon Cider, Mango Melody, and Bumblebee. Those make up our fall leaves. We'll be die cutting those with the dies that come in the kit. And then we have some beautiful pumpkin pie cardstock, and I decided to use the Very Vanilla card base instead of the white. So we're just going to crease this as usual. Easy peasy. Now the two pumpkin pie, the larger one, which is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, is going to go on the front. But I think before we do that, and this is a landscape card, I have to remember that, we have some DSP, which is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And it's going to go on the front here. And so let me get my, it looks like, oh, let me get one that's still got some stuff in it, some sticky in it. So 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and it's going to go here. And then that's going to go on our front of our card. We don't have any ribbon going behind it, so don't have to worry about forgetting the ribbon. Sometimes I do that. I put my card base on and then I'm like, oops, that I forgot the ribbon. But no ribbon to worry about today. So, and we'll go ahead and put the inside. Well, actually we can't, because we have to, oh yeah, we don't die cut the orange. We just die cut the Very Vanilla. So we can go ahead and put our 4 by 5 1/4 pumpkin pie on the inside. 4 by 5 1/4 pumpkin pie. And so this is our inside. This is 5 by 3 3 3/4 by 5. We'll be stamping on it, and we'll be die cutting it with the cute little pumpkin die. And we'll also be stamping on the inside. You have some labels, and we won't worry about our twine or our beads yet. You got 2 of these. These are the smallest stitched rectangle die in the stitched rectangle die set that we sell. And then this is from the largest Stitch So Sweetly label. So the Stitch So Sweetly dies, this is the largest one in pumpkin pie. So this one we don't die cut. It's going to go here in the center, a little bit above the leaves. So we'll do the leaves first and then we'll put this on. So we need to stamp these and we need to stamp these. And this is, there is a piece of removable tape. We'll be using that in a little bit, so don't discard that. That's not in there by mistake. There's a reason for that, so don't throw it away. Okay, so let's get our Stamparatus out. And we're using Cherry Cobbler ink, but I believe, or you could use Mary Merlot, whichever you have. And I'm thinking I might have actually used Mary Merlot with this one because my Cherry Cobbler was kind of dry. So let me grab those inks. I thought I had them. Let me check out my inks here. My Cherry Cobbler. Let me try that one because that's the color of the DSP, and the leaves is Cherry Cobbler. And we want to get our piece of 4x6 plastic. You can see I was using this last night to do my Halloween cards that I'm sending out for my card club. And I don't think we need that. Frightfully cute. Okay, so we need Thankful, which is this awesome stamp right here, Thankful. And on the inside, we're going to be stamping So Thankful for You. And you know what? That comes from the stamps we did before. So Thankful. So you can put anything in there that you want. The So Thankful for You, beautiful font. I think that comes from, I gotta go hunt it down. I thought I had it, everything ready. Let me go look. Okay, sorry to make you wait. So the kit that's available now, which is Pretty Pumpkins, that's where I got the So Thankful for You. So yay, now I know. So let me grab that one. But if you have anything else that you want to use, if you didn't buy this kit, these stamps, which you should have if you didn't. All right, so Cherry Cobbler, here we go. So Thankful, and I always keep this handy, this piece of scratch paper with a little bit of Stampin' Seal on it. I'm going to put this, these are pre-cut for you. Now if you were doing this at home, you could stamp it and then die cut it and do it differently, but because I send this in a kit, I have to die cut it for you, and then we do this little trick here to make sure we get our stamping in the right place. So that's important. We don't want any boo-boos, any tears. And you can see that's really light, so give it another go. And I just think one more time because I like my colors really rich. So that's like 3 coats of paint. You know how you put one more coat of paint on there? And that F needs a little extra love. There. Now I got too dark over there. There we go. Then we got 4 coats of paint on there. So that should do it well. So now I'm going to use my wipes, my Honest wipes, from Target. These have only water and 99% water. There's no aloe, alcohol, anything. So hopefully they won't hurt our stamps. Hopefully. Okay. And that gets the stamp a little wet, so I like to dry some of that off. In between there. It gets kind of, cleans them really nicely though. Okay, so I'm going to put that stamp back because stamps can get lost so easily. Oops. And if you're not careful, you will lose one. So there's our thankful. So pretty. Put that aside. Now you do have an extra if for some reason you need it. I'm going to wipe off my plastic and dry it off. Just some microfiber cloth. I think I got it with some glasses that I bought. Now this is going to go in the top left corner. And like I said, whatever you have, if you don't have this beautiful So Thankful for You stamp, which I hope you do, you can, let me straighten that out a little. You can use something else that you have. So even though this is a Thanksgiving card, it's really not geared towards just Thanksgiving, like, you know, it says Happy Thanksgiving or whatever. It's just a time of giving thanks and letting people know we're thankful for them in our lives. So it's kind of a Thanksgiving card, but it doesn't have to be. It's just could be a fall card with all the leaves. Just a fallish type card. We're going to have fun with the leaves. I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick that might help you in some of your other stamping projects. And I just kind of thought of it last minute when I was making the card. I'm like, oh, I should do this. That would make it so much easier. Okay guys, that's our stamping. So I'm going to retire my stamp pad, clean off my plastic, and clean off my stamp. Now we have a lot of die cutting to do, so I hope you have something to snack on or drink while we die cut, because there is a lot of die cutting to do. But I think it's easy die cutting. I don't think it's too hard. And again, I will put this away in my gorgeous Pretty Pumpkins kit stamps, and be sure to get that kit by making your qualifying purchase before October 20th. Now, I don't need that either, so I'll put that away. What to do first? Well, let's do this fancy part here first. Here's our dies, and this is for the pumpkin. So we're going to use the pumpkin down here in the corner. Now I'm going to be using some removable tape to hold that in place, but don't use the tape I gave you, because that's for something else. Don't use it, please. You'll be sorry. I'm going to bring in here this, my Big Boss, and where's my plates? I was using it for embossing, so I've got plate 1, plate 2, and then a plate 3, which is well loved, as you can see. And then another plate 3 to go on top. I'll put this down here and line these up. And just feed that through. Goes through really easy because it's just a small die. The larger dies, sometimes the baby boss can choke on them. This guy can pretty much handle anything. So here is my Take Your Pick tool die brush. Just going to gently run that over that and get all those pieces out. And because I used the removable Scotch tape, which I buy from, you can get it from Amazon. If you buy the 2 rolls, it's cheaper. And then of course you'll need a dispenser too. So I have some of that as a prize for my Take Your Pick Tuesday, my VIP group. So if you're a member of the VIP group, you could always choose to have some of that for your prize if you win. So you do have to gently pull it away, but you can see it doesn't leave any marks or rips, and you can reuse it. Okay, so that's that. So where are my dies? You know, I'm going to bring in my baby boss for these smaller things. One, it takes up less room, and it's also easier to work with. It's so cute. All right, so put this back, and now we're going to get these leaves here. These right here, not these, these. And we're going to die cut these. I don't think we'll need our brush for that, so set that aside. All right, these are 3.5 by 2. Now with the baby, it's a little different. You have a 1 plate, and then a 2 plate, which is the cutting plate, and then you have another 2 plate. So you're minus 1 plate. So all we're going to do is just set these in here like that. And I found it helps if you stagger your plates, that your baby will take those. And I'm pushing down because I don't want the paper. Here, let me close my door. My husband's just walking in from outside. Okay, so there's our first set of gorgeous leaves. So I'm just gonna use this to get them off. And it's moving right along. This is our Mango Melody. What do I do with my dies? Oh, here they are. Oh, I'd lose my face if it wasn't attached to my head. Okay, whoops, I'm pushing down because the paper will slide around if I don't push down hard. I don't want to give you the impression that this is hard to work with, because it is not. It's just that I have this paper underneath, and it likes to. Now I could take it off the paper, but then I wouldn't be in camera. Well, that wouldn't be any fun for you. I'm sure it's much more fun to watch me struggle. Okay, so feed it in there, and we're doing pretty good, huh? This isn't taking too long. And cinnamon cider. So there's 5 leaves. So each time you cut the die, you cut 5 leaves. That makes it really handy and less time consuming. If we had those individual dies, I'm glad they put them all together so that you can die cut them all at one time. And you don't have to put 5 separate little dies on there. These are such pretty fall colors. And you know, there's other colors too I could have put in here because we have so much beautiful cardstock with different colors. that I could have just gone crazy with it. But I tried to stick with just, you know, some basic colors that I remember seeing in North Carolina when I used to live there. We had beautiful, beautiful fall, autumn leaves, all different colors. So I'm just remembering, what colors do I remember seeing in the fall in North Carolina? Okay, that's it. Done with our die cutting. Now comes the fun part after we put our die away, because we don't want to lose our beautiful die either. Put the baby away. Put the baby to sleep so we can craft. All right, so if you look here, well, let's just go ahead and put this away here inside so that well, normally this doesn't give me trouble, but I was playing around here trying to just do that little bit, and then it kind of confused it what I was trying to do. Okay, so I am really ready for fall this year. Cooler weather. But, you know, I don't really like cold weather, but I do like cooler weather. So I'm going to grab some of this Sort Quick here. It's kind of drying up, but keeps my hands from, when my hands get dry, I can't pick anything up with paper. And I used to use this when I was a bank teller, when I was using money all day. My fingertips would get so dry that I couldn't pick up paper. All right, so you can see there's different, they're not all like bunched together. So I took, I decided, let me see, that's going to go about right there. So I have, this looks like a maple leaf here. So I just kind of played around, like, you know how leaves will kind of just, well, maybe if we just bunch these up like this and toss them around a little bit, they will just kind of do what they need to do in nature. Okay, so we have a yellow over here, and you just want to make sure that your colors aren't like all bunched up together. I would say the red ones, the cherry ones, keep those out for the top, because they will help to blend in the leaves with the rest of the color of the DSP. So let's keep those out for the top. And if any of them get turned upside down, well, remember, leaves don't always have, sometimes you see the bottom part of a leaf, right? You don't always see the top of a leaf. These two are too close together. You're just playing nature right now, like, oh, I'm nature and I'm playing with these leaves. Now, let's see. You don't have to use all of them if it looks like you can't fit them all on there. Now, I'm going to make sure they're not too heavy in one spot. All right, so the maple leaf I kind of have here. This leaf is kind of here, going that way, and then this leaf, and then this leaf, and this leaf. And then that way you can see that they kind of blend the leaves in with the DSP. All right, now here's where kind of get them in a straight line, but you want them to look natural. You don't want them to look like you laid them in a straight line. Okay. Play with them all you want. And now you're wondering, how in the heck am I going to glue all those down? That's what this is for. So you're going to get your removable tape, and you're going to take it and you're going to lay it across the center, and you're going to push down really hard so that you get all of those leaves. The ones on the bottom are going to be stuck too. Now maybe there will be some that don't stick, that's okay. And you're going to gently remove the tape, and look at that. So we just have one guy that decided he wasn't going to participate. So we'll just take care of him right now. Put him back in place. Okay, we want to kind of leave that there so we don't forget where we don't go too high when we put this back. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and put dots of glue on everything that we can. Like, make sure you get the ones underneath if you can. And if we miss them, then when we finish, we'll get them from the top. But hopefully you can get everything here at the bottom, from the bottom, because it's easier. The more you can get, the better. Now I'll give you a look-see here of what I've done. So that's what I've done. And you know, I'm going to let that dry a little bit because right now if I put it down, it might run past some of the leaves, because I did go a little heavy. I didn't really want to go that heavy on it, but I did. So if I let it dry a little bit, I think I'll be okay. Maybe I'll go ahead and put this on, because I kind of know where I want it. It's about 1/2 inch from the top of the DSP. Oh, 1/2 inch from the top of the pumpkin pie. So, and you can use glue if you would rather. Or you can wait to put it on later if you don't want to put it on yet right now. If you feel more comfortable putting it on later. I'm just letting that glue dry so it's a little more tacky and less runny. That's another trick you can use, because as the glue dries, it becomes tacky. And this is just going to go in the center like that. Ta-da! Still letting that dry. I'm going to go ahead and get my two, well, might as well get the twine out too. Get the two large gold brushed metal metallic adhesive dots, adhesive back dots. So these are the gold brushed metallic adhesive back dots that we sell, and put one there. It just kind of looks like a brad that's holding your little label in place. Okay, so hopefully this is tacky enough now that it's not going to run. It gives us a chance to put it down, and now I'm going to press again and hold. Press and hold. And hopefully this is going to get all of these so that they stay in place. And give it a chance to dry really well before we try to force it. Such pretty colors together. Okay, so I'm just going to gently pull this back. If some of them come up, just push them back down. All right, you can see this one, maybe it's not being so cooperative. So I'm going to grab my glue dots, put a glue dot behind it, put it back in place, cover up that. This one here acted a little funny when I took it off, like maybe it wasn't happy, so glue dot on it. And I may not have let it dry enough. Just be sure to cover up any glue. Okay, here's another one that is acting out, so glue dot for it. Seems like the ones that were on the very top, I didn't get those that well from underneath. Yep, that's what it is. Okay, so this one gets a glue dot. Yeah, it looks like it is just those red, the cherry ones. That were on top. Okay, this one is really loose, so I'm going to glue dot it. Covering up all of that glue. Here's another one. All in all, I think this is pretty easy. It could be a lot harder, believe me. It could be a lot harder. And if you want to do this again, you could save this. It's removable. You might be able to use it again if you don't have removable tape and you want to make more. Okay, there are our leaves. And I can see there's a little bit of glue, but it'll dry clear, so no worries there. Now for our bow, our pretty little bow, I have two pieces of 10-inch pieces, two 10-inch pieces of the cream Baker's Twine Essentials pack. So I'm just going to take these, and like I normally do, I make 2 loops like this. This one seems to be wanting to twist. Okay, so I have my 2 loops. Make sure I'm in camera. I'm going to cross this one over and push through. So it's basically what we do with the one, but we're doing it with 2. And it can get confusing. Let me do that again. You don't want these to be like twisty. Okay, so there's my 2 loops. This one over, so it makes like an X. See, it almost looks like an X with rabbit ears. And then these are going to go through there, so push them and then pull through. I have to adjust it because it's a little big. You don't want it too big. This is a pretty small one, so it's even smaller than that. but not that small. Just be sure to keep them together when you're adjusting it. Keep the two together. Okay, so now it is, that looks good. It could be a little bit bigger. Let me pull it a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put a glue dot behind there to hold it in place. And I'm going to pinch it so that I can pinch that excess glue to the back. And it goes in the center. Now I'm just going to take my scissors and cut this like that. So pretty. So very autumn looking. There we go, guys. So thanks again for joining me, and y'all have a great afternoon, a great day. Bye now.